all the people who were before they took it, just really.
This is the 22nd delegation from the Grand Ronde Museum, spanning our partnership of 26 years. And this convening, indeed this breakfast itself, has become a type of ritual, a coming together that we repeat each year, that reinforces the bonds between our communities, that nourishes our relationship. We appreciate you taking your journey to be here. And we're excited to have the Grand Ronde interns with us this morning, Mary Langley, Akaya Sabin, and Titus Sabin. We enjoy having you and your chaperones here as part of the AMNH's community, and I look forward to hearing about your internship experience and time in New York.
When I was told I'd be going to New York, I was flabbergasted. Ever since I was a kid, my dad told me about this internship. My father, mother, and uncle went on this trip when they were younger, and now me and my brother are the second generation youth in my family to be accepted into this internship. As the first of this new generation, we got to experience Tomanowos just like they did. When I was accepted into this internship, I got to spend time with Tomanowos and time with this museum. I started to accept Tomanowos being here. Though it would be great to have Tomanowos back home, people have a chance to learn more about Tomanowos here. And when we were observing people walking by, needless to say, I was disappointed. People were walking by, all standing in big groups, all standing there and talking to each other, but not a single person was looking at Tomanowos or reading any of the plaques. This made us wonder, how could we change this? How could we make people want to learn about Tomanowos? My answer to this question, we keep working with the museum to change things. People don't interact with Tomanowos because they don't know how to. They don't know that they can touch them, they don't know where he comes from. If people knew how much Tomanowos meant to others, we could share it.
When I started the internship, I got to see Tomanowos for the very first time. And the first thing I noticed were all the chips and missing pieces, all the holes and all the stolen bits. And I'm thinking, how did Tomanowos get all the way here if it was all the way out there in Oregon? Or how many tons does Tomanowos have? I had all these questions and many more answered in the archives. I found so much in the archives. I found names, dates, different sides of arguments, whether the word's going to go to Portland or not. But there was one side missing, one side that was very important, the Clackamas tribe. It is not mentioned once in the entire archives, not once. If I could bring one thing home from this experience, it would be Tomanowos. I must.
People from our tribe spent so much time fighting to see and get back to Tomanowos, and it was right in front of me. It was overwhelming to say the least. I wanted to get it back myself. I wanted others to see how important it was, not just to me, but the people around me. After spending these past few weeks in the museum, I've learned a lot about Tomanowos that I hadn't known before. I also learned how sympathetic the people are here and how they understand how we feel about getting Tomanowos back, and I respect how they ask us questions about what we want and what we want to do with Tomanowos. I started to think that having Tomanowos stay here and have people learn about our culture and have them learn about our history isn't so bad. But after I spent some time observing people visit the museum, my opinion started to shift a little bit. I noticed people weren't paying attention. I noticed people were on their phones texting. I didn't feel seen or heard. I didn't feel Tomanowos was seen or heard. I want people to see Tomanowos and acknowledge our culture. But I want people to understand and hear Tomanowos from all over. And while I do think that we need to get Tomanowos home, until then, Grand Ronde and AMNH's collaboration is vital in changing how people learn about Tomanowos. If we continue to work together, I believe that we can have Tomanowos be noticed and acknowledged. Therefore, our tribe and our people can be acknowledged, so that one day everybody will want Tomanowos to come home. Aimasi.
I think one of our goals is to make sure that community voices are centered in part of the story that is presented about Tomanowos, and so it's great to have the interns here to help us do that work. And part of the, I think, ongoing process is recognizing that The history by which Tomanowos was brought here to the museum is very painful to members of the community. It is something that that story of the harm that's done to the community is part of the story that needs to be told, and we need to continually work on what that looks like in the future. I appreciate the views of the interns a great deal.
I can't even explain it. I've been looking for it.
It's hard to answer. I'm trying to start